What is going on, Raptors Nation? It is Luca here back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. The Toronto Raptors 2023-2024 season has officially come to an end. I'm certainly not going to miss this one, guys, as I'm sure a lot of people are not going to miss this season as it's officially in the rear view. And the next time the Raptors will be in action will be this fall. And hopefully, for all Raptors fans, sanity, this team will look a lot better and they will be in a much better position going into next season and at this time next season. We're going to talk about the conclusion of this season, guys. Do me a solid, hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more. It's been fun doing these post-game videos for you guys, and by no means necessary am I going to stop putting out content because although the Raptors season is over, there's a lot to talk about. There's going to be a lot of draft stuff coming up, as the next important date for the Raptors will be May 12th for the NBA draft lottery to see whether or not the Raptors are going to keep their 2024 first round pick. And then you're going to have all this stuff leading into the draft, an offseason that should be busy for the Raptors. They are going to have some cap flexibility. And yeah, this Raptors team, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tweaks down the line here and things that are going to need to happen for this team to get back on track. But you look at this one, guys, there was no Quickly, no Barrett, no Scotty Barnes. We will not see Scotty officially until the fall. No Jakob Poeltl, no Carden, no Porter, no Boucher. So the Raptors rolled out yet another different starting five: Olynyk, Gary Trent Jr., Baji, Freeman Liberty, and Grady Dick. In what could be his last game as a Raptor, Gary Trent Jr. had 18 points, 6 of 14 from the field. Grady Dick, 29 minutes, 14 points. And you look at Wara, looking to be a bright spot from the Pascal Siakam trade. He's an unrestricted free agent this summer as well. Will the Raptors be able to bring him back? He had a nice end to his season, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 to 10 shooting. Bruce Brown, he had 6 points. McDaniel, 7 points. Garrett Temple, 9 points. The Raptors did sign Williams till the end of the season officially to, play in this game. Malik Williams, he did play in 11 minutes, 6 points, as this one was basically a no contest. The Raptors got blown out of the water. This was as one-sided as it can get. As Miami, they did have a lot to play for. Although Miami was able to win, they weren't able to move up the standing just because a bunch of other teams they needed to lose won. So Miami will be the number 8 seed. They will be taking on the 76ers in the 7 versus 8 playing matchup. But Miami, they're no strangers to being a playing team, being the 8 seed, being the underdog. They know how to get it done. They did it literally last season. So this was an important game for Miami. They blitzed the Raptors coming out of the gate. Hero, Adebayo, 17 each. Butler, 15. And then it was Thomas Bryant who really did a lot of the damage for this Heat team inside, 18 points, 10 rebounds, as the Miami Heat get this win. The Raptors, guys, they finished the season 25-57, their worst season since 2010, 2011, and that's a season in which they went 22-60. So it's been a while that the Raptors have been this bad, and it's been a very frustrating season for this team. A lot of things did not go their way, but you know what? Instead of relishing on what went wrong for this team, I actually want to talk about some positives that happened in the midst of this disappointing season. And first, you got to talk about Scotty Barnes. He took the leap that everybody was expecting him, wanting him to take. He really emerged, and he became an all-star. It was great to see Scotty Barnes' emergence, seeing how he's been able to progress and become a guy that you got to look out for. And obviously, he's the cornerstone now of this franchise. So that was something great to see. The Raptors finally picked a direction. This was a team that was stuck in the middle, and you knew they had big decisions to be made. They made those decisions instead of leaving everything till the end. They were able to finally embrace the rebuild. They did get something of value back for OG, Pascal Siakam. Obviously, that's a deal that's more predicated around picks, but Raptors able to trade away players that could have very well left for nothing this summer, and they picked a direction, signaling a youth movement and signaling a rebuild, something that has been in the cards for this team for a while. They established a young core to build around, which is very important. Scotty Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly, 2 pieces coming on over in that OG Anunoby trade. 3 of these young players, such a small sample size with each other because of guys being in and out, injuries, Barrett and Quickly missing time due to personal reasons. But we saw flashes of how good this young core can be. And, you look at their ages, they're all young. They're all going to grow together. They all complement each other generally well from what we've seen so far. Obviously, it's going to take the roster around them to be catered to their strengths to making this whole thing work. But you got to like the starting point, the foundation that the Raptors now have. It's a young core, talented players, guys who are playing hard, guys who want to be here. And that's all you can ask for in a rebuilding situation. And then my final positive here, just looking at the season in particular, Grady Dick, he finished his rookie season strong. Obviously, he started off poorly. People were questioning the pick, questioning Grady Dick. Some people even calling him a bust. I know I had my doubts of Grady, especially how we started the season. But you look at the back end of this one, he got more playing time due to the situation of guys being out. He rose to the occasion. He did a good job gaining confidence, finding his rhythm. And Grady Dick, I thought, saved his rookie season, and he showed us a lot of good things. So all in all, it was a promising rookie season for Grady Dick, as he's obviously going to be a part of this young core moving forward. So I know a lot of things went wrong, but there are things to feel good about. If you are a Raptors fan, there are things to build on. And, we all look to the draft. That's the next important thing for this team. They're going to have to nail this draft. Set to be a weaker draft class, but still the Raptors are going to have a very busy draft, up to 3 picks. And basically it's as follows. They have a 45.8% chance of keeping their top 6 pick because they finished with the 6th worst record. So they were able to solidify that component. The Indiana Pacers pick will be between 16 and 19. The Raptors will get that. And then the Pistons pick will be 31 to 32 at the time of this recording. In all likelihood, the Pistons are going to finish with the worst record. So that means the Raptors would open up night 2 of the new 2-day draft with the first pick in the 2nd round. So there's a lot there for the Raptors to obviously get value back in terms of draft picks. They're going to have cap flexibility based on what they do this summer with players. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this team. And, they obviously got decisions to be made about other players. Gary Trent Jr., will he be back? Bruce Brown, obviously it's a movable contract. And Lindsey Dunn actually spoke to Bruce Brown in Miami after the Raptors season ended. And he said very frustrating because he's been dealing with a knee injury since he's been with the Raptors. And he said it's been tough. I mean, I really couldn't bend my knee much, but I really played on one leg the entire time. I just wasn't myself since December, but next year I will be fine. And, you saw Brown. He didn't look himself, and he, wasn't the player that he was when he helped Denver make that finals run last season. And that's an interesting situation with the Raptors because the Raptors do have a $23 million team option on Brown for next season. And they're going to have to make the call by June 29th between draft and free agency. So they could either decline his option for more cap flexibility, or he could end up being an interesting trade chip, which is looking to be the likelier scenario here. So the Raptors, they do have movable contracts. They do have some cap flexibility based on that. They're going to have draft picks. They do have some nice young pieces. So all is not lost. And obviously, this is going to take time. I'm not saying the Raptors are going to have a OKC Timberwolves type of leap, although that would be great in a perfect world. But I do think if things go well and everything falls into place, this will be a much better team than the team we saw this season. Because you got to think, too, they dealt with a ton of injuries. And this was a team that was rolling out a different lineup, it seems, game in and game out. So the Raptors, guys, they conclude their season and they do it with an L against the Miami Heat. But there's going to be a lot in store for this offseason. I'm going to have you covered. Anything that drops, you can find on this channel. Go and follow us on Twitter, link down below. You can keep up to date on all the articles that we post on RaptorsNation.com. And of course, hit a like and subscribe here for all flagship content relating to the Raptors. That is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of these post-game videos. Greatly appreciate it. I will catch you all again in the next one.